Well, first, I just want to ask logistically on the two number sevens. Is that something you guys had to point out, or
No. I mean, it just we were a little fortunate that way. Yet they still stopped us. I mean, they stopped us twice on the last drive, which is a credit to them. I mean, they are outstanding on defense. And I don't think it's a stretch at all to say that probably in the last 10 years, they're able to redshirt all those guys, so they're fifth and six-year guys, and they're big and they're thick and they're good. Credit to them.
what do you think? Was there an overarching theme in the first quarter, 15, 20 minutes, or 20 minutes of game action that kept you guys from getting going? I mean, was it just the long yardage from the fumbles, or what? What do you feel like was going on?
I don't think it was. I mean, you just got to get going forward a little better.
And then defensively, it was kind of the converse of that. You guys got it going. Why? What changed that allowed you to slow them for the most part second half?
Well, we did, in the second half. I think the first half I gave up some yards and then really, stiffened up there in the red zone. And, you can sit there and say we can play better, and we can, but then it takes from they're the most dominant team in this league. I mean, really, you look, I'm trying to think, those years when you'd play BYU, and I think Air Force went like 3-22 over a 25 span versus BYU. I mean, it's just, you have some of those matchups. You're, you're at Annapolis and you play Notre Dame and you go 5-55 or whatever. I mean, just they're really, really good. And, the balance that they're able to generate, not only I thought they ran the ball really well, especially early in the game. I mean, their size up front, they're just a little bigger. Could we be better maybe on some of our gap control? We could, and that's where we need to go to work.
What with minute 36, I think, left in the first half, you had the ball with 3 timeouts. Given the score and the opponent and the situation, did you think about being more aggressive or calling a timeout after you picked up the first down?
Did not, no.
Why not?
Just didn't think that was the situation to do it. I wanted to get into halftime and gather a little bit.
Okay. Jaden Goodwin's play to force a turnover. It was about 10 yards away from the spot against Colorado where he also hit a guy and forced a turnover. I mean,
it was a good hit, and I think, that happens so quickly, and you try to emphasize over and over your strike zone, right on the top of the belt. And he was disciplined that way to hit it right there to pop it loose, because they made a heck of a throw and a catch, yet he was able to dislodge it, and then the other, certainly to be able to pick it off.
And you had to change at cornerback, starting a fourth guy this year at a corner. How did Trey Williams,
It was good for him to be involved. I thought he played. It wasn't a bunch of snaps, but out in Las Vegas, he played some good snaps too.
The hit that led to the interception, walk me through the play.
Yeah, I was the one high safety. Saw 2 verticals splitting me. It's pretty tough to guard 2 routes at once, especially when they're about 30 yards apart. Tried to read the quarterback best I could. He threw it. I couldn't get there in time to make the interception, so I knew I had to draw the ball loose or try my best. Try to stay legal and clean on that play.
Did you see the ball pop out, or how did you come to be aware of what?
No, I just heard the crowd yelling, then I looked up and I saw the ball in the air. So I was pretty happy.
And kind of funny, it was about 10 yards away from the same spot where you hit the CU runner, also kind of from the back. Mm-hmm. Got some good memories on that side of the field?
I guess so, but I try to just take it one game at a time, one play at a time, just try to make the next play.
And Trey, being back there and surveying everything, what do you think changed? They had the long drive to score, then you guys started holding them to field goals, and then the second half, nothing. Like, how did you guys adjust?
We buckled down a little bit more. We started playing more of our style of football. We were doing some stupid stuff on our end, me included, and we started getting that fixed. And as we got that fixed, they really couldn't move the ball as much on us. So we're going to watch our film, learn our mistakes, and that first half, it's not going to happen again. So.
How different was it on the defensive side, especially early? Your team so used to having long drives when there was such quick change of possession so many times in a row. Did that change anything? Does it help a little bit because you can apply lessons faster, or was it just a totally different mindset than going over to the sideline, regrouping, and then coming back in 5-10 minutes later?
Just a mindset thing. We've been in that situation a few times. with our offense, we put the ball in the air a lot. So, there are small chances for us to, have those turnovers. We just have to be ready at all times to be able to go back on the field and produce. And we did that pretty well. So.
And then what did you guys see on the last first down they picked up?
The quarterback just, he made a good play. He's a good player. We were looking to stop the run. Played a lot of man those last few plays. He made a good play. He read it, hit an open gap, got the first down.
And Trey, how did you talk to them after the game? I know some of those guys, especially the quarterback. Did you guys have a moment there?
I saw him. We hugged. Told him he played a good game because he did. But yeah, it stings. So not too much excitement.
If you had to kind of put into words, you say it stings. Is it just the nature of another close loss? Is it big picture what this does in the race? Like what gets at you most at this one?
Just a close loss. Looking back on plays, you want to say I could have done this, would have done this differently, and you can't do that at the end of the game. You got to look forward, and that's the hardest part is looking forward to next week. But that's the best thing that we can do right now is let this one sting for a little bit for the rest of the day. Then maybe for a little bit tomorrow, but we have a huge competition the next game we play, so we'll be ready.
Well, Zeke, I'll start with you and just the last drive. Take me through kind of the highs and lows of an unexpected first down with that penalty, and then just kind of what happened from there.
It was good to go back on the field with them messing up on special teams. And we drove down. We had some big plays. Got down to the goal line. We just couldn't finish. So, it was a good feeling, going back on the field and having an opportunity to win the game, but couldn't get it done.
And, every loss you've had in your career pretty much now has been one of these, one possession. How have you learned to process it and get over it, or have you? Like, what is this like?
Well, I really don't like losing, so it's, it's hard to, face that and deal with that, but you got to move on. You got to know the past is in the past, and you got to control what you control. We can't do anything about losing to Boise now. Like, we lost to them, so, but we do have Army coming up, so got to focus on that and do what we can to win that game.
And over the first maybe 20 minutes of the game, before you guys got going, what were you talking about? Like, what did you feel was going wrong to get you in such behind the sticks and whatnot?
I think we're just getting down on ourselves. One thing I like to, try to do is stay even keel, never get too high, never get too low. I think, having a couple balls on the ground, the first drive, and then, just things not working how we wanted them to work. I think everybody was a little down on themselves, and, we got to know that and understand that past is in the past. We can't control, the last series or the last drive or the last play, and we can make the most out of the next play. So.
And Zach, I know it's a weird position for you to come in, but you had the big catch that got the offense going finally. It's been a while since you've been able to really get in the action. How was that moment at Falcon Stadium to have a big catch when the team needed it?
It felt good because I had that fumble earlier in the game, my first play in, and it just feels good to get your brothers back. And everybody kept helping me keep my head up, and it just felt good to be able to pay all my brothers back who's out there giving it all every play. And, it's good to keep it going.
It's been pretty frustrating over the past 8 or 9 weeks, just to get yourself healthy and to be you out here.
Yeah, it's not an easy road, but, you just got to hold yourself accountable and come every day and just keep working, and your day will come, your time will come, and that's all you can hope for, really.
And Zeke, looking forward, how much does this game mean now? Given what you guys have been through and that you haven't gotten that trophy, with that one, the next carrot to shoot for.
It means a lot. Just everybody knows the tradition of Army, Air Force, Navy, playing for a trophy, the CIC, and so the way the game ended last year, I think we all have something to, just a little bit more to play for, and we want to win the game, and so we just got to practice hard and do what we can do to be prepared. 2 weeks.